Hello, my lovely Aries. How's my fiery firecracker, fire starters Aries doing? Welcome to Ernest Tarot. This is your January 2025 monthly tarot reading. I chose for you the Witch's Garden Tarot, and this is all about you tapping into your own fire, your own magic, cultivating your own garden, right? Your own sort of like soul home to cultivate that fire of yours, creating and cultivating and throwing seeds and creating new projects. That's amazing. All right. Well, I am shuffling now and let us begin. Let us begin. January 2025 monthly tarot reading for my dear Aries. What is this new year holding on for you, and how are you starting all of that? First of all, I'm going to be taking a look at where your energy at in the beginning of this year, right? In the beginning of January 2025. Where do you find yourself, my dear Aries? What is the energy that you're currently bringing to the table? All right, we have the Hanged Woman in reverse. I love that. You're starting like very strong with a major arcana, right? And it's in reverse. So this is really telling you that you're really going in the year, going in the month of January, really knowing what do you want out of the, if it's not out of this year, but at least out of this month. Like, you're a bit stubborn, you're a bit television, you're a bit knowing what you're doing, and I think you already developed the vision of how you want things to go. Now we're gonna take a look later on if this is going to be to your advantage or not. Like, if you need to loosen that up or not really, just hang on to your vision. But this is really like your strength of conviction showing, and how you're very in your truth. You really know what you want against all odds, right? So let's take a look at that. Let's see what is the next energy that comes, whoa, with all of this for you, my dear Aries. Let's see. Okay, we have the Judgment in reverse and another karmic card. Dear Aries, you're packing up a punch. Like, oh my God, you're starting really with a lot of karmic energy, a lot of like, right? And the Judgment in reverse talks about, for me, like, you don't feel now is the time for you to be reborn, right? Or for something to receive its karma. So I feel like even if you were planning on striking, while the iron is hot, if you were planning on retaliating against someone or something, improving a point and whatever it is, I feel like you're still holding on, and this has to do with this conviction that now is not the time to flip the table. Now is not the time to hang upside down. Now is not the time to um, disrupt the status quo, which is something that you're really good at. But I feel like you're a bit like holding off your horses at the beginning of the month. And now we're gonna take a look at what is all of that about. But so far I feel it's this whole month is about your whole demeanor, right? Your whole core, your whole you. And if you notice, between these two cards, in the first card we are seeing you alone, and in the first card that's crossing it, we are seeing a bunch of people, right here. And so for me, this really just tells me that it's a little bit of you versus them, and it's a little bit of you're staying in you're keeping your vision, you're keeping your truth, you're staying your course, and you don't feel that now is the time sort of to dip your toe right in their pool, because you don't want to disrupt your juju, right? Something like that. But I think you're planning something. There's a there's a there's a very like obvious energy that you're planning something. You're gonna plan, karma's a bitch. what you need to do in that type of situation and how to instigate it. But you're just, now you're in your zone. I like it. All right. Let's see what this is all about. Sweet. Okay. So let us see. Now I'm going to take a look at what you're feeling in the month of January, right? What's going on inside your heart, inside your mind, inside your fire, inside your soul. Let us see what is Aries feeling. It is the Empress in reverse. Yeah, that makes total sense why you're holding off on that fire energy, why you're holding off on flipping the table, right? And I do think because on the inside you feel you are not at your most abundant, fiery, nurturing self. I think you're going internally through a recharging phase. So you feel you're a little bit drained emotionally and also karmically and fire-wise. And it's like the mother in you or the abundant empress in you or all of that Venus in you is feeling a little bit retrograde, is feeling a little bit like down. So I think on the inside, you feel you need a break and you know better that like when you're feeling like that, it is not the right time to strike a power move. And so you're just, you feel like you want to take care of you, like internally, right? Tend to your inner mother and inner abundance. Um, so yeah, yeah. Let us see now, right? Whoa, what's going on here? Yeah, sorry. So let us see how you're manifesting all of that energy on the outside. By the way, you are starting with three karmic cards. Like, are you effing kidding me, Aries? Like, only a powerful sign like you can, start its reading with like three major arcana cards. What a month. Amazing. Okay, so let's take a look. Whoa. Your energy is even like going through like shuffling these cards. And so let's see how you're manifesting all of this. What are your actions going to show in the month of January? We have another reverse cards. Everything is reversed. Everything is retrograde, dear Aries. And this is the Eight of Wands in reverse in terms of how you're manifesting on the outside. And I like this because really what this is telling me is like this is really aligned with everything. And this is literally a card of holding off, right? Holding your horses, taking a break. Like you have so many messages to deliver that you just decide not to deliver all of them this month. You have so many ideas for projects that you're trying to hold on a little bit. You have many things that you can kickstart and initiate and spark fire in. But I see you here, you're just, taking a moment. I think you want to slow things down. As much as Aries usually is all about like, speed and doing all of these things, I think it's a month for you where you're slowing things down. And this is also apparently like you're starting the month slow. Like people are not used to you making slow motions or talking slowly or going through slow motions versus when you're really like, getting things going. And I think you're really showing all of that. This is a month of regeneration, I think, for you and strategizing. Not even strategizing because I think that the strategy is already there. This is just a month for you to just, regenerate. Now, let's take a look at a lesson that you learned in the previous month and that you're going to be carrying with you, or previous era, right? That you're going to be carrying with you since you already mastered it. And it's going to play a good role, in whatever's going to come in the month of January. So let us take a look at that. Okay, nice. Three of Cups, yeah, you dominated. Three of Cups is a card of socializing. And so I think in the previous months or in the previous times, you have mastered the art of socializing. You have been to many feasts, you have been to many occasions, you have entertained family, friends, you have hosted parties, you have joined parties, you played, the entertainer, and we're seeing here all this joy, all this abundance, and all of that. And I think you already, played all of that. And there's a lot of feminine energy in this deck. Even here, we can see like almost like trees making the shape of a naked body, of a female body. Um, and yeah, I think like you really have mastered this and played this to a T, and so now it's time to recharge this month, which makes sense. So the holidays month for you, December, was like crazy when it comes to socializing and talking and celebrating. And also, I feel this might have involved also a lot of obligations as well, of like joy, like someone giving birth, someone changing home, someone coming visiting from traveling, someone's baptism, someone's communion, someone's whatever it is, right? Like um it could be so many things, so many things. Whoa. But I feel like, yeah, you've really been the entertainer here. This could also be talking about because there's a feeling here of an autumn um season. So maybe this also goes back to Halloween party that you hosted, that you attended, where you had a good time. I like it. All right. All right. Beautiful. You mastered this. Now, let's take a look at what is the lesson for you to master, and the obstacle or the challenge or the direction in which you need to grow, Aries, for the month of January 2025. My dear Aries, since you already mastered, right, the art of socializing. And so let's take a look at what's waiting for you to master. It is the world in reverse. What a karmic major lesson. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa. This is complete full circle of a journey that started 21 years ago, 21 months ago, 21 weeks ago, 21 days ago, right? Um, and so this is major, major, major. And I feel this ties back to what we started the reading here with the three major arcanas. And I think a major lesson for you is for you to accept. You're gonna find a hard time accepting the end of one chapter of your life, that things cannot continue the way they did, that things cannot, you know, go through whatever they're going. And this is the major end of a cycle. This doesn't feel like small. This feels like major, like really, really major. So there's a power, there's an empire here that is changing. That is something that was going up that needed to come down. There is a new distribution of roles within your family, friends, groups, all of that. There is a passing of the baton. There is changing of habits. There is new dynamics. It's a completion of a circle. And I think the fact that you got this in reverse in this position, I think it's not gonna be an easy thing for you to embrace the end of that and be ready for the new chapter. But I think it's something that you need to overcome. And the fact that it came here, that means you will. It's just not gonna be an easy road, right? And so yeah, you're finding it a little bit hard to accept the that things are moving. Doesn't mean that, by the way, this doesn't mean that you don't want the change to come. Sometimes no, we just grew accustomed to a certain dynamic or a certain chapter that saying goodbye to it feels a little bit bittersweet, right? All right, now let's take a look at your advice. What is the attitude to adopt, dear Aries, for the month of January 2025? What is the universe has as an advice for you? How do you need to act? It is the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, check it out. And so I think the advice with the Page of Cups in reverse is to get out of your head, dear Aries. Like, sometimes you tend to live in your head and dwell on potential dreams and potential goals, and you tend to live a little bit in the future. And sometimes, like, by doing that, sometimes it can be a good exercise, but other times it's like you go down the rabbit hole, right? You know how like sometimes you open a browser and you start reading something and then it leads to something else and something else, and then you find yourself like, till the like staying up late till the morning and then wondering why the fuck you did that, and then you wake up in a, sleep deprived and all of that. This is just like one example, but like I'm saying, regarding all of these things, you tend to build castles in the air and live the fantasy in your head. And while sometimes this is a great exercise that motivates you to allow you to create your vision and manifest it, other times you really dwell into negative news or things that maybe failed, or something that, like, sometimes even you receive a bad news and you tend to dwell too much in it instead of moving forward. And so this is a message here to tell you to the advice for you is to like really just embrace the present moment and do not live up in your head. Like, just don't go there, don't dwell, don't go down the rabbit hole. And why? What is this advice about? What is this sad news that you might receive, or this sad projection into the future that you might, go down the rabbit hole in? So let's see, what is that all about by looking at your circumstances, what's going on around you. Yeah. Oh my God, another karmic card, and it's upright, and it is the devil in not in reverse, it's in upright actually. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. So around you, you're gonna be witnessing in the month of January that people are struggling with addictions, with fixations. They're fixated over something, they're dealing with their own demons, they are obsessed with certain things. These could be like habits, this could be putting expectations, this could be, like they make intentions that they're gonna go to the gym or they're gonna do whatever, or they're gonna, and then they become too fixated or obsessed about it, and then it changes them and they're not able to do it. This is also not like people around you not being able to manifest what they want. This is people around you like getting lost in excessive behavior, eating too much, exercising too little, or exercising too much. This is also about maybe they're going like on over a spending spree, or maybe they're, I don't know. It could be so many like behaviors that, people get fixated upon and they feel chained and they're not able to liberate themselves. And I think you can notice here like the cup in the middle that's been spilled, right? And these two people, the chains are not like, they're not too tight on them. They can escape at any moment, but they're not. And they just, so consumed by conspicuous consumption, by desires of the flesh, by things like that. And this is also Capricorn energy, by the way. And so there's a lot of Capricorn energy that you're dealing with in the beginning of the month. And I think this is why the advice here is, even if their cup is spilled, you can be, and even if you know that they can liberate themselves, and even if you know it's the situation that they're struggling with, right? You can be compassionate and you can be empathetic without allowing them to drag you into the rabbit hole with them on an emotional level. You can still have a healthy detachment while being there for them, I think, is the main thing. And I don't know if this end of the world here has to do something with the devil around you here, because maybe someone's not taking well in your world, right? Someone's not taking well this end. And so you know how people deal with grief and loss in different manners. So maybe this is someone that's reacting badly around you towards the end of this chapter by either drinking too much, self-destructive behaviors, going like, I don't know, whatever it is, right? And then that's why you shouldn't be, you're gonna have a healthy detachment while helping them, because they're finding it hard to accept this. The difference is you're finding it hard, but you're dealing with it in a healthy manner. And so you're just gonna you're gonna learn your lesson of how to accept this end, versus them or people around you or situations around you that feels too fixated in an unhealthy way, and they're dealing with it in unhealthy ways. All right. Okay. Dear Aries, let's take a look now at what you most want or what you fear as well, right? In the month of January 2025, what are your expectations, dear Aries? Let's take a look at that. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah. I think within all this storm, this karmic storm, what you really, really want is to feel secure and safe and stable on a physical, material level, right? You want to feel that you have enough money in your bank account. You want to feel that you are holding on to the things that make you feel secure. You want to create an environment at home where you feel like there's enough food, there's enough comfort, there's enough luxury, whatever it is, and you're holding on to it. But at the same time, this can be talking as well about sometimes fears of you losing all that, especially when we have this end. So maybe you're associating in your head, which is false, by the way, that maybe with the end of this chapter, maybe I won't be having this wealth and this security and this level of comfort and all of that. And so I need to hold on more to it. But you don't know that. Maybe this next chapter is going to be even more prosperous. And so you can spend easily and you can just live lavishly and you don't need to live in fear, right? And also, this again comes like, with all of these people around you acting, embracing this devilish Capricorn energy. Here I see you like maybe this triggers stuff in you. And so you even get more scared, and hold on more to old habits and stuff. And this is also, again, reminiscent and linked to the idea of embracing the end of this karmic chapter, because the Four of Pentacles represent an energy that where you fear change, you're holding on to what you know is best and what works for you best. And so you're really scared to let go of that, right? You have both your feet on the pentacles, a hand on the pentacle here, your head on, like you're really holding on to what you know. And so this is why it's going to be a little bit of a, not hard pill to swallow for them, but it's going to be a learning curve for you to learn how to let go and embrace this new chapter. Now, we're going to pick the card of the final, the outcome, right? Like what is going to come out of all of this situation in the month of January. Drum rolls. All right. What do we have here? We have the Five of Swords in reverse, right? This is the Five of Swords in reverse. And in this interpretation, it came in reverse, by the way. But like when you look at it upright, we see how someone, an authority figure, is condemning this child outside the castle, right? And there's the sibling or someone else or whatever hiding there so they wouldn't get the same fate, something like that, right? So she would get the wrath double. And with this in reverse, I think this is talking about accountability and responsibility. And I think however things play out in this and that we were talking about in the month of January, there is a need for everyone to be accountable and responsible and not to lurk in the shadows and not to hide and not to try to, do shady behavior. This is like literally confrontation and just saying one's piece, like, hey, I'm accountable, this is where I'm responsible, this is where I'm not, and all of that, right? This is healthy confrontational direct communication, which is, I think, the final outcome, right? After all of that behavior that happened, finally everyone's gonna step out and say, listen, here is like where I'm responsible, here is where you're responsible, right? Nice. Now, cliffhanger energy. This card will see and will show you how we're gonna transition from this energy into the new energy of the month of February 2025. And so this is usually like a transitional energy and a cliffhanger to give us a little sneak peek of what is to come, the Aries. And I'm excited. Let's see what is coming after all of that. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. And so with the Queen of Cups in reverse, this is talking about an energy that is a little bit selfish. Well, this could be a good, healthy, selfish thing, right? Maybe because after all of what that happened and went down, you're going to be like, oh, I deserve some, me time, some emotionally fulfilling time. I need to, center myself and get back my own good energy and my own juju and all of that. So this could mean this, but this could also mean, from the other side, that this could also be introducing, I don't know, maybe selfish energy from whatever happened here, whoever benefited from the end of this world and now is sort of like announced king. Maybe that person is going to be very, very, very selfish. I don't know. So this could be interpreted in so many ways. It's a cliffhanger energy. We'll see in the month of February what's to come. I love you, my dear Aries.